Shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakwadash, and double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth, peace, love, and salutations. To the hopeful like Akim that's teaching and preaching this truth with all righteousness and sincerity. Isaac Awasap, and today's lesson is entitled, Measure Thou the Time Diligently in Itself. And Lord willing, you be edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, which are the true names of the Heavenly Father in the Paleo Hebrew. And as always, the sit downs, the lessons, the street speaking is for the remnant, the elect of Israel of the Most High, and to you as the gospel preached. And I have this brief news report on what's going on at the borders, which the situation at the borders through Joe Biden's administration has enabled these migrants to flood into America, which is Babylon the Great. Now, it's not just Hispanics, or you have Koreans, you have Japanese, you have people from Ukraine, Europeans, Haitians, people from all over the world coming into America from these borders. Now, they eliminated the interest from Texas, so now they're coming in through San Diego. But the point is, they made a statement, all right, about how these migrants, when they're coming over here, they're basically throwing away what any type of identification that they have. All right, whatever type of identification they have from their country that they left from, when they cross the borders, they destroy them, they throw them away. So there's no way to properly identify these people. All right. And I automatically thought about the MOTB, which is the implantable technology that you buy and sell with. And not only will you be able to buy and sell with that implantable technology, it's going to be a way for you to be identified. All right, we know Esau Edom, which is the so-called white man. Now, when we speak about these Edomites, we're talking about the nobles, the upper echelon, the shadow government, the bankers, the elites, those that control everything behind the scenes. Their ultimate agenda is to cause all, both small and great, rich and poor, to have this technology in them. And with it, you'll be able to operate in this system financially. You'll be able to identify yourself, and all your personal information can be linked to this device. So going back to this video, we're going to play it, but, he mentioned how these migrants are pretty much destroying whatever identification they have, which this plays right into Esau Edom's agenda. So we're going to go ahead and tune in, and Lord willing, be edifying.
Texas, where illegal immigration has been out of control in recent years. But now the crisis seems to be shifting west from Texas to California, where officials there are now struggling to keep up with the influx of asylum seekers. According to Customs and Border Protection, the San Diego sector has seen a record number of migrant encounters this year, surpassing popular entry points including El Paso and Del Rio, Texas. The reason for this trend is not as straightforward as it might seem, and President Biden's new asylum policy is only adding to some of the uncertainty of the whole process. Jorge Ventura joins us now from San Ysidro, California. And Jorge, why is the San Diego sector the new hotspot for illegal immigrants?
So, Elizabeth, there are a few different reasons. The main one right now that I've been speaking with my sources in Mexico, they say ever since Texas has beefed up their border security operations with Operation Lone Star, that migrant traffic is flowing here. And they said that Operation Lone Star, when they've been arresting and now charging migrants criminally in Texas, has had a big effect on smugglers moving those big groups. So what we're seeing here in the San Diego sector, smugglers moving not only large groups of migrants here, but migrants from all over the world. So far, we've encountered migrants from China, India, Turkey, Nepal, Brazil.
See, China, India, Turkey, Nepal. All right. It's not only Mexicans that's coming over here, although they shine a light on Mexicans, but you have people from all over the world flooding into America.
Brazil, Ecuador. I mean, literally everywhere crossing illegally here. And we're seeing the exact opposite when it comes to local law enforcement. So here in California, migrants are not having any interaction with local law enforcement like the way are in Texas. It's all up to Border Patrol agents, but here they are stretched thin. So we've actually been spending time with groups that have been waiting hours, sometimes days, to be apprehended here. But here, Elizabeth, migrants from all over the world, especially Chinese migrants, are now making their way here to the San Diego sector.
Yeah,
Chinese migrants, all right?
Chinese migrants know that once they cross over, their chances are almost certain that they will not be sent back because China refuses to accept them.
Yeah, see, That's another thing. You have these countries, they like, shit, you go over there, y'all not coming back. So America is forced to, keep them here because they have nowhere to send them.
Also, Jorge, News Nation has heard about migrants who are discarding, throwing away their ID identification documents once they enter the U.S. Tell me.
See, that's what I was saying there. These migrants, they coming over here and they throwing away or discarding their identification. All right. And it's nothing for these Edomites to cause that problem reaction solution theory to take place. The problem would be there's an influx of migrants coming in at the borders. The problem is, they're committing crimes. We can't identify them. So we need a system in place to put something in these people so we can, track them and we can identify them. All right. However, Edom plays it, but we got to watch and see how it, pans out. But we see in the buildup.
Tell me why they're doing that.
Yeah, so when we were in the reporting in the area of Hakuma Hot Springs, you see identification documents just littered all over, some destroyed, even attempted to be burned. So we've been speaking with sources with federal agents, and they say one of the main reasons is these migrants do not want their background verified. So there's no way now for Border Patrol agents to do a proper.
You see his credit card, debit card information. All right.
Background check and vet these migrants, especially when it comes to the Chinese, because the Chinese government doesn't share any of that data with the U.S. government. The other issue that we found here on the ground, Elizabeth, is many of these migrants crossing illegally, they've actually already received permanent residence in Mexico, but they are destroying those documentations. So U.S. government officials have no idea that these migrants actually have already essentially received asylum in another country, which would then disqualify them from receiving asylum here. And also, just some of these smuggling costs are really astonishing. We've been speaking with Turkish migrants paying around $12,000 to be smuggled here in San Diego. We reported earlier this year that Chinese migrants are paying around $30,000.
Yeah, so people are, paying to get smuggled to America. But that was the point that I want to get, how these migrants are coming over here and discarding their identification, which displays right into Esau's agenda. Now, let's go ahead and get these precepts. All right, this is 2 Esdras 9, verse 1. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And that's how we get the title for this lesson. And this is Uriel, which he was an Israelite. He was a Levite, actually. And Uriel was sent unto him to give him these prophecies concerning the end. So what he's saying is, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And the way you measure thou the time, you do just exactly what we're doing on this video. We're looking at the news, the geopolitics. We're looking at the finances, the economy, world news, war. We looking at all these different things. We made it up to the prophecies, and that lets us know what time and season that we're in. And as it says there, diligently, all right, you got to constantly be into this. You got to constantly stay upon your watch, because a lot of things is happening. It says, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I told thee before. All right, so we're going to be seeing these things. All right, let me see something real quick. Let's go over here to Ezekiel 4, which Ezekiel, he was a Levite as well, and he was a captive in the Neo-Babylonian Empire, and the Lord came to him and gave him this information to go and prophesy to the Israelites. This is Ezekiel chapter, maybe the 3rd chapter. Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 17, son of man, the Israelite, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Watchman is set up to look about to see what type of potential dangers that can come. If someone's coming to meet the king, there's some type of war activity happening, a messenger, whatever. It's basically a security guard. I have set thee a watchman unto the house of Israel, specifically to the Israelites. Therefore, hear the word out of my mouth and give them warning from me. So we hear the word, we hear these prophecies. We see what's going on. We on our watch, and then we go and give the Israelites warning. So we have to be, as it says here in 2 Esdras, the 9th chapter, we have to be in a position where we seeing these signs. And how we see them, we got to constantly be looking at the news. All right. Verse 2, it says, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made, which the Lord starts his visitation here by having these prophecies come to pass, having these prophecies revealed. That's the Lord visiting this place, because he spoke the word, And then now it's coming to pass. It's like the Lord, visiting here. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, these natural disasters all throughout the world, and it's not just limited to earthquakes. You got hurricanes, tsunamis, twisters, volcano eruptions, all these weird weather patterns. All right, that's one of the identifiers that we closer and closer to the end. On top of earthquakes and upwards of the people of the world, people having an outcry about the different practices that's happening in their society. All right. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning, because the Lord told us about these things in these prophecies and how they will be coming to pass here in the latter days. All right. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and the end is manifest, being well known. So now, when we go back to what they were saying in this article about these migrants discarding their identification, what do you think Esau is going to do? All right. A lot of these migrants, look, they're not subject unto, certain laws that American citizens have. So, at these different asylum camps, these shelters, Esau could be very well having some of those migrants be participants in having this technology implanted in them. All right, which is speculation, but that's how Esau Edom rolls. Okay, he puts people in these situations and these fearful situations and present them with a way to escape, a solution. And that solution will be 9 times out of 10 something that Yahweh Bashim Shai looked at as abomination or wickedness. But let's go to the comment board. It says, by Daisy, keep feeding them and providing shelter. They will never stop. The majority of them would not come here if they were not, Slakia. The majority of them would not come if there were no free resources. They're treated better than homeless Americans. Yep. So that's another thing. Esau, like it's saying in Revelation 6, speaks about how these devils are set up to take peace from the earth. So Esau is having these migrants come here, and the American citizens are seeing how these migrants are getting benefits that American citizens can't even get. And that's going to cause an uproar, right? Remember, Esau, Edom, he wants chaos. He wants these problems to happen. This is Isaiah 19. I hit straight to the point. Verse 2. I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. These Americans going to be against each other. You already see it in the political realm. You got the Democrats and the Republicans against each other, the left wing and the right wing. All right, conservatives and liberals. You got people who are down with, the 2 shots. Down with these medical practices. You got people that's opposed to it. You got conspiracy theorists. You got troopers. You got people that want to uphold this American society. So it's going to be a social divide here. And they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city and kingdom against kingdom. And it's going to go from upwards of the people, like we were reading in 2nd Esdras, the 9th chapter. All right, in the 3rd verse. It's going to go from an uproar to people fighting. All right. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof. The whole vibration of America, these different prideful statements these Americans have, about America being the top country. And, we have the technology and, we're way better than these other countries. But the spirit of this place is failing, man. America is looking like another 3rd world country somewhere. Migrants taking over, robbing, looting. Businesses are closing. People are losing their homes. Homelessness. Foreclosures are happening. People can't afford this place. So the vibration of this place is going to fail. And I will destroy the counsel thereof. Everything that these people thought was right is going to be found out to be wrong. They were saying how that if you got an emergency and you got to call law enforcement, depending on that emergency, they may not even respond to it because they have been short-staffed. So you calling 911 for help. You going to the hospital because you're sick. All these different things that made America great, the Most High is destroying it. All right. And that starts off with the elites, because these elites, they consult with demons and different spirits to get intel on how to forward their agenda. And they shall seek to idols and to charmers and to them that have familiar spirits and wizards. Yeah, the global elites. Yeah, they deal with the left hand side of the Most High. All right. And they consult with these demons. All right, but the point is the Lord is destroying this place. And I mentioned about the MOTB, right? Which is the implantable technology that they want to put in you to buy and sell with, like you see on the screen. And that's going to be one of the ways Esau Edom is going to be able to identify people. See, there's been a lot of talks about the power grid going down due to hackers. A lot of hacking information has been spoken on in the media, and if the power grid goes down for 2 days or 3 days and it comes up and all the data is wiped clean, nobody will be able to, really identify themselves in this system of Edomite supremacy. Salakia Akim, I'm just, a lot of thoughts is coming. All right, so Esau, he wants to fulfill what's written here in Revelation 13. Let's go here. Start at 15. It says, and he had power, these Edomites, to give life to the image of the beast, which is a system that we see here today that's ruled by the Edomites. That the image of the beast should both speak, because the image, this kingdom mirrors the ancient Roman Empire. This is the second leg of Rome. It says that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Yeah, if you don't follow after Americans, the American way, then you're going to get destroyed economically, or, we see it, America, have these different rebellion groups that go and to these countries and they cause these different problems and uproars. And now all of a sudden they need humanitarian aid and all these different things from America. They need the American banks, so on and so forth. All right. It says, and he causes all, talking about the same people, these Edomites in a position of power. He's going to cause all, both small and great, those that's on top and those that's at the bottom. The great represents people that's on top. The small is the insignificant, rich and poor, free and bond, and receive this technology in their hand or in their foreheads. Okay, and we got to be very strategic on how we go into this, because Esau algorithms, they flag certain buzzwords and delete our videos. So, Esau in the system, he's going to be causing people to take it. Let's go into this word cause real quick. Goes back to the Greek word poeo. And it says to make ready, to prepare, to produce, to bear, shoot forth. So yeah, he's going to put himself in position where he's going to make people submit to this technology. Now, he's going to do it by, which we speculate, with this economy, how everything is pretty much going upside down, with the crisis due to inflation. A lot of people is down bad financially. They're not able to live the life that they once lived. So in order to get back your life, especially with this economy collapsing, you got to take that technology in your hand. Because, hey, we got migrants over here. We can't identify the migrants. We have these hackers. The grid system is down. We need to transfer to this new system because, we have some of our enemies entering into this country. And we need to identify who are the true citizens of America and who's not. So we don't know how Esau is going to twist it. All right. But they getting their wordplay in order. They getting everything lined up. But I'm not going to drag it out. Just a real quick report, seeing how these devils are making their plays. All right. And I'll actually get this over here in Jeremiah, because it's the prophecies speak about immigrants coming to Babylon. This is Jeremiah 51 verse 1. They have entitled it Babylon Judged for Sins Against Israel. And this links up with, what is that, Isaiah 34 and 8. Because who rules Babylon? Let me see something real quick. Isaiah 34. Yeah, Isaiah 34 and 8. If you read this in another translation, which we go into these different translations, this is Isaiah 34 and 8. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, the year when Edom will be paid back for all it did to Israel. So Babylon judged for the sins against Israel. Who rules Babylon? Esau. All right. Jeremiah 51 and 1, thus saith Yahweh, and that's the true name of the Heavenly Father. Behold, I will raise up against Babylon, against America, and against them that dwell in the midst of them, that rise up against me, a destroying wind. This is the destruction, thermonuclear destruction. And I will send unto Babylon fanners, that shall fan her and shall empty her land. And this is twofold. A fan is used to increase the flame. When you blow upon a flame, you can increase the fire. All right. But when you go into this word fanners, it's actually speaking about immigrants. Go back to the word, the Hebrew word zawar. That's the za, the wa, the ra, zawar. To be strange, to be a stranger. All right. A strange, a foreigner. All right. Be alienated, a stranger. Basically an immigrant. All right. The Lord is, having these immigrants come here. And I will send unto Babylon fanners, that shall fan her and shall empty her land, taking up the resources, further driving this place down into the ground economically. For in the day of trouble, they shall be against her round about. All right, because you got America's enemies coming over here. Russians, Chinese, Japanese, Koreans, and those men are military age men. All right, and these migrants is gonna be all around here. All right. So, Esau is going to have to make a move. All right. So it's just something you want to watch, pay attention to. All right. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to draw it out. Lord willing, it was edifying to the Lord select. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakwadash, and double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us the truth. Shalom. Stay watching, Akim.